Yeah, the ones that got pardoned, y'all, didn't get a pardon. You heard? The ones that were supposed to get a pardon didn't get a pardon. Meaning the Baracks. Who else? Joe Biden, he ain't pardoned himself. Conspiracy, Kamala Harris. And the list goes on, y'all. But, Barack. That's why y'all was capping that hard. Trying to flip the narrative. Like if Trump was Hitler and all that. And you got your other people. Like I said, it's sad, y'all. We cracked the case, y'all. We connect the dots, y'all. We know who the Boule is, y'all. We know who the Boule is, y'all. It's the gatekeeper of the black community, which is them house niggas, y'all. We already connected dots, y'all. They part of the Divine Nine. Like I said this, y'all. I'm trying to stress this to y'all. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention, y'all. That's what I need y'all to do. Pay attention. See, this wasn't... Look, let me tell y'all something. When these organizations and cults came out back then, they didn't have this technology to do the research on what they were signing up for. You understand me? But it's not hard to denounce it. You see what I'm saying? But instead of you denouncing it, you out here capping for it. So it makes you just as guilty as the people who's pulling the trigger on their own peoples, right? I heard the case yesterday on YouTube. Bull was always talking, he said, and he was going to rob the drug dealer, right? He was going to rob the drug dealer. So he said, man, he bullshitting. He always just talking. You know how you got them niggas that just always talk. So that's his story. That's what he's sticking with. So they meet up with his connect. It's the Bull Connect. Not the one that said he was going, I mean, let's rob him and this and that and the third. It was the Bull Connect. So they hooks up with him. When they hook up with him, they switch seats. The drug dealer get on the passenger side, and the bull that was like, we gonna rob, let's rob him, this, that, and the third got in the back. So the drug dealer like, what's up? He give him the stuff. He like, man, you know what it is. When he give it to the bull in the back, the one that said, let's rob him. Meanwhile, in between time, the drug dealer had a banger on him, right? Boop, boop. Banged the bull in the back. Got out. Told them motherfuckers, get the fuck up out of here. Know what I mean? Meanwhile, in between time, the boy that got popped in the back, that said, let's rob him, he got popped. This motherfucker died, y'all. So now, the boy that's driving don't take him to the hospital, take him to his girl crib. They call 911 from his girl crib. 911 come, boom, 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 boom. He DOA from the rip. Now, I mean, they talking about giving him mouth to mouth. Ain't nothing happening. He already did. That motherfucker done drove him from the crime scene. Now they questioning the bull. Now the bull came with that story. That he always say that. He don't really mean it. He just one of them motherfuckers that like the gabber blast and shit. You know what I mean? Bullshitting. Know what I mean? But bullshitting, if it was that, got him laid out. Know what I mean? Got him laid out. So they end up, they locked the bull up. They locked his ass up because he get to talking about, am I under arrest? When they first brought him in, they was like, nah, you ain't under arrest or nothing like that. We just want to know, you know what I mean? Give us your side of the story. He like, well, if I ain't under arrest, I'm out of here. Get with my lawyer, this, that, and the third. And tried to get out and walk out. I'm like, this motherfucking crazy, right? So now the detective like, nigga, grabbed him. Out, white Puerto Rican boy. Grabbed him. Said, now you under arrest now. Know what I mean? Now you under arrest, nigga. You want to play them games, know what I mean? Turn around, put the cuffs on him. Gotta lock him up now, know what I mean? Boom. Now they take him. You like, now you want to talk, but they like, nah. Know what I mean? You done said what you said. So he end up, I think they took him to the county. 2 weeks later, or a week later, like a week later, y'all, this motherfucker contacted the detective. It was like he wanted to talk. You know what I mean? So we get him in there now. He like, yo, like for real, like the boy was, he bullshit all the time, this, that, and the third. He like, look, man, I want to go home, man. He like, well, you're not going home. You know what I mean? So, boom, he like, look, you looking at some serious charges. He like, look, brings us back to conspiracy. Wait, I mean, conspiracy carry more weight than the motherfucker who pulled the trigger. That's what the story leads to, ladies and gentlemen, because the cop said this, the detective said this to him. That was his man. His man's got killed, right? The detective like, look, you looking at some serious charges. He like, you looking at, I mean, conspiracy. He like, you looking at conspiracy, you know what I mean? This shit's serious. Like first degree shit like that. So I'm like, he like, he like, but look, that was my man. He was like, that was my friend that got killed. He said, look, dude, the drug dealer. He started giving up the tapes, right? So the detective telling him from the rip, like, nah, that shit conspiracy. Now we got to holler at the bull, see what he got to say. So when they get with the bull, the drug dealer, because they end up getting him, I think he already had a warrant. He was already sitting. So they go get him. He like, nah, I ain't doing no talking, this, that, and the third. My lawyer, this, that, he gonna lawyer up, know what I mean? But only thing he had to push, for real, was self-defense. Understand me? I ain't even finish it out watching the story, but for him to be like, nah, I'm a lawyer up, this, that, and the third, rah, which is good. But I'd have been like, look, man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. It was a drug deal going bad. These motherfuckers came looking for some bud. My man called me. I know him. I deal with him, know what I mean, on a regularly. He called me, so I know everything good, know what I mean? Boom. He brings somebody with him. I don't know the dude he with. Y'all know how it is. Boom. I'm selling him an ounce of weed, know what I mean? This motherfucker trying to rob me for an ounce of weed. He gonna rob me, he get in the back. He already talking about, you know what it is. Get that shit up. I ain't even look. I shot through my motherfucking jacket. Bow, bow. Jumped out the motherfucking car. I ran. I don't know what happened. You understand me? That was self-defense, right? You could have got me if I was a felon, not supposed to have a firearm or some shit like that. Could have got me for that, but you ain't gonna get me for the body because that was self-defense. His man said it. His man said before they even left out, before they even called him, said, I'm gonna call my mans, I mean, grab, and boom, and my man gets to talk about, well, let's rob him. Well, let's rob him, and you know he's saying that, and it's conspiracy, which leads back to conspiracy carry more weight than the motherfucker who pulled the trigger. Ladies and gentlemen, certain situations. You understand me? Shout out to John Fetty, man. Hey, John Fetty, man. John Fetterman, man. I know you've been telling the peoples to chill. You know what I mean? Relax. Take a back seat. So I know where your heart is at. And I know you got beautiful daughters, John Fetterman. I know you do. I seen them. And pictures with you and your wife, your family. A hell of a family, a nice family. A nice family. You understand me? 21 gun salute, John Fetty. I know you ain't going for that. Letting men or boys playing female sports. I know you not even with that. Do your God and your Christ of the Most High wouldn't allow you to sign off or agree upon foolishness which would lead to conspiracy to you. You understand me? So I know you ain't that man. You're a family man. And I understand. You know, I understand, John Fetterman. You know what I mean? You are the senator of Pennsylvania. You got the governor, which is Josh Shapiro. And I'm quite sure that's Jewish. Josh Shapiro is Jewish. And you know how the Jews feel about not only transgenders, understand me, but you know how he would feel about young men and men playing in female sports. That's a no-no. So I know Pennsylvania is going to comply, right, to Title IX. So we can get and keep on getting our funding for the youth, the future, right? So that's all I want to say to the governor, which is Josh Shapiro. 21 gun salute, Josh Shapiro. 21 gun salute. Most definitely 21 gun salute to John Fetty. That's my guy. Y'all leave John Fetty alone. John Fetty want to come in there with a hoodie on? Let John Fetty come in there with a hoodie on. He stand on business. You understand me? Protecting females. You understand me? That's what it's about, protecting our babies, man. Which is the future. You can't have their spirit being broke at a young age. When they at a young age, they still learning and developing. You understand me? But to try to mingle men and boys into female sports, trying to break their spirit, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. And whoever agree upon that. And I hope y'all don't. And we can put our differences to the side and let's be grown folks. Let's show the kids and the younger generation that's coming up behind us that we all can work together and we all can agree to disagree. And we all know that we need that funding for our kids in all these Democratic ran cities. You understand me? And this is what this video is more about. It's about our kids, the future. Despite fighting for the transgender rights, I understand y'all had that thing going on for a good minute, but every good thing come to an end. You understand me? Especially when it comes to our kids. Because I know goddamn well everybody out there agree when I say you don't want boys and men playing in female sports with your kids and your wife or your loved ones. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Common sense. It's not about, oh, we gonna resist. We gonna keep resisting. For what? Just fall in line. That's all. Fall in line, peoples. It's a time to bullshit, and it's a time to be 100, authentic. You understand me? Real authentic. Loyalty to your kids. Understand me? They the future. You got to invest into your kids, ladies and gentlemen. You have to invest into your kids. I know it's hard. Some of you ladies out there lay down have more than 1 or 2 kids. And I know it's hard. You struggling. You doing it by yourself. You understand me? But we got to all come together now. We got to work together. We got to stop knick-knacking, pulling each other down, and shit like that. Calling each other names. You understand me? Because we on social media with it, right? And we all know this is public. This shit worldwide. You understand me? So you know the kids might watch this shit, yo. Watching how grown folks act on this social media app. And these kids got more common sense than most of these grown-ups, y'all. I see these kids on YouTube with game channels or whatever they into. Thousands of subscribers, millions of subscribers. Kids. Not even engaging into what grown folk doing on, and you got some grown folks on this app bashing the dead, bashing little kids. The kids is innocent. The dead ain't got nothing to do with it. You understand me? But this the culture y'all adapted to on this app. Bashing each other. Calling each other out your name. You understand what I'm saying? So only thing I'm saying is this. It's about the kids. They the future. We all have kids and we all have them and we love them to death. And we will die for our kids. Most of us will anyway. You understand me? So it's a time, y'all, to use common sense at this point. And it's time to, think about working together, pulling together. You understand me? You can still have your differences and things of that nature. But think about the kids' future. Think about if these programs get cut, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to suffer? The kids is. At this point, we got to stop being selfish at some point, grown folk. Right? We got to stop playing these games. Gaslighting. We got to stop that shit. If y'all want to come to some type of treaty, y'all want to wave the white flag, we can do that. Until then, stop gaslighting the peoples with lies. And we can stop this show. We can do videos uplifting each other. Showing the world we can come together. And we can look out for each other. Right? Right? So when I say you got a degree, I'm not bashing you. You know what I mean? I'm not bashing you. I'm just shooting shots at you. You understand me? 21 gun salute with your degree. But I'm saying if you got the degree, put it to use in your community. Open up some type of center or some type of vocational shop, right? Take a couple kids off the community and teach them what you was taught, right? Instead of downgrading them, talking bad on them, saying, look at them, they ain't going to be nothing. Going to be just like their fathers, as they would say, right? Why not help them? Show them the steps you took to get where you at. Why stop being selfish? You see? And I most definitely know what's selfish. Anytime you don't comply to Title IX, that's going to stop funding for our babies. Y'all going to actually go against the grain for some transgenders over your babies? That's what it boils down to. If none of these democratic cities and towns comply to Title IX, they're choosing transgenders over the babies. Because the funding gonna stop for the babies. You got free lunch programs. All this is government, federal funding, right? After school programs, right? It's just about a little bit of common sense, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit. And we can all come together and work together on things that's going to benefit us, the American people, right? We deserve a break today. You hear me? You know what people been going through the last 4 years? You see it in the streets. President Trump only been in office a month at the most. So it's not his economy that we see the Kensingtons everywhere, the Skid Rows everywhere. But instead of bashing it, putting it live, direct in your face, why not have programs that can come together, right? Go out in the streets and tackle those problems. If the Democrats had all this money for these illegal migrants to cross the border, you mean to tell me y'all couldn't took that money and put it back into the community for the peoples of America and cleaned up these drug-infested areas like Kensington, Skid Row? You got them everywhere. American people. And this is where this divide come in against the Democrats. That's where the divide come in at, ladies and gentlemen, if you understand what I mean. Because this same party, which was Obama, let's go back to Obama, who legalized gay marriage. They called him the first gay president. I'm not saying it to be smart. When I tell y'all come up here and I drop a jewel on y'all, I did the research on it, so I'm able to speak it, right? He legalized it, same-sex marriage. The first gay president when he went out the office, right? 8 years, right? Now they coming up with his birth certificate was fabricated. He wasn't even supposed to be president. See how shit run? But I see why the Democratic Party was capping so hard for Kamala Harris, rooting against President Trump, calling him Hitler and he's racist and this and that. I understand why now. I've been new. You understand me? I've been knew what it was. A lot of y'all didn't, because y'all was being gaslit by your peoples in the community that's going to ride out the gatekeepers of the Divine Nine, the gatekeepers. These the ones y'all see in the street now, the gatekeepers, trying to hold it down for Kamala Harris. Still trying to hold it down by any means necessary. By any means necessary, because they the gatekeepers of that cult. You understand me? And this is where the divide come in at, y'all. Because if you're not my brother and sister from these cults, I can't do nothing for you. You understand me? If you're not part of this cope this foolishness, right? We got nothing for you. So we gonna get out here and we gonna tap dance for the trans community, and we gonna blend us in with the African American community. You see, and they use the ones that sleep, that sheebles. They use them that have no knowledge or no clue of what they engaging in. Like they had no clue or no knowledge because the technology wasn't there to do the research on what they signed up for. That it was all satanic. And it's all up on my channel. I exposed the shit, connected the dots and moved on. Been talking about it on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all more than welcome to share the videos on your channel. You heard? Bunch of Sambos, you hear me? Bunch of Sambo ass niggas that been holding the community down for years, y'all. The gatekeepers. That's gonna go to their grave as a house nigga, a gatekeeper. To hold it, so if they never, when it comes to a collective, they never come together when it comes to that. And I told y'all that. When it came to reparations, when they been talked about that shit decades ago, it was more niggas voting against it than anybody in the house. The gatekeepers. And then they come in the community and say, look, they shot it down. I told you. Gaslighting the peoples. Playing these games. As you can see, it wasn't no sitting down talking about them funding these illegal migrants with $5,000 to $6,000 a month. 5-star hotels. You understand what I'm saying, peoples? And that's what I'm talking about. But when it comes to your peoples, the people are the future of our generation coming up, they put them last. And there'd be a bunch of selfish motherfuckers out there to vote against Title IX to stop funding for the kids and the babies in your community, to cut these programs. But I already know it's about the senator and the governor of Pennsylvania, which Josh Shapiro is the governor of Pennsylvania. And we know Josh Shapiro was Jewish religion. That religion don't play no games when it comes to same-sex marriage and this, that, and the third. We know that. The Jews don't play that shit. Understand me? Check. So I'm glad we got Josh Shapiro as a man of his God, you know what I mean? The religion that it says it in his Bible, that I'm quite sure him and his family go to church regularly on a Sunday. And we know John Fetty, that's my guy, man. John Fetty, that's my guy, man. Y'all leave John Fetty alone, man. For real. No Diddy, no Diddler. That's my guy, man. That's my guy, man. For real. Stand up dude, man. Stand up dude. But anyway, like I was saying, back to the community. The gatekeepers of the African American community. It's time to put the foolishness to the side and think about the future of our babies and the funding that's going to be cut. And I keep saying it because I'm trying to educate. At the same time, I know John Fetty, which is the senator of Pennsylvania. And I can't forget my man, I ain't forget you, Mike McCormack. You understand me? You understand me? So it's going to be some funding flowing. But these little democratic cities that's trying to play gaslight games and we don't know where the funding at, and let's stop playing these games. It's time to stop playing games. It's time to come clean. You understand me? The peoples deserve a break, God damn it. The peoples deserve a break, God damn it. In any city in town. Peoples. We can work together, peoples. Let's stop being selfish. All right? The more minds, the better. The more like-minded people, the better, right? To make it a safer, better environment for all of us. Right? But I'm over here at the school, kicking it. You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? That's where we at with it, y'all. That's where we at with it. But it's a beautiful day. Y'all get out and enjoy the day. Get out and enjoy the day, y'all. There's some people that can't say that. Y'all. Some people that can't say that. So that's where I'm at with it. All right? Y'all want to work? Let's work. Y'all want to keep with the foolishness? I got missiles and nukes for days of the foolishness coming from y'all party. I can come up here and nuke a different person every day. No diddy. From that party. Show you the hypocrisy from that person in that party. And show you what organization they belong to. What cult. You see? See how that works? To show you the hypocrisy. Before we even get started, I will ask you, do you believe in the Most High? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to say, yes, that's my, you know what I mean? And then that's when I start destroying you after that. All right? So you're not dealing with the average. Right?